deliveries that a student midwife must assist with within a certain time period in order to qualify as a midwife?
Yeah, so you have to deliver 40 babies and their placentas to qualify. That's one of the criteria over the 3 years.
Okay, I was going to say, what time period is that? So over 3 years.
So it's a 3-year degree course.
Okay.
Which at the moment is a mixture of university sort of lectures and then placements here.
Yeah, and I see someone's asked what are the placements like. So so I'm training with Plymouth University, and they are about to change actually the way they do their training. But for mine, it was, so obviously it's 3 years, but every year it's 50% placement. I think ours might even be 55%. So we did blocks in university for probably about 5-6 weeks, and then blocks in placement for probably about the same 5-6 weeks every year. And you rotate between community areas, so you'll be allocated a community area, the postnatal ward, the antenatal ward, and delivery, and maybe a birth centre if there is one. So yeah, you get a good range of kind of everything, and possibly home births within the community as well.
Okay, wow.
You get a bit of everything.
We're a bit of jack of all trades, really. We go anywhere.
Joe, did you say you did an access course? Because the question is, can you do an access course as a school leaver like after GCSE?
I don't think you can actually do it straight from GCSEs, because I did like a diploma in something completely different and then did an access course.
What diploma did you do? What diploma did you do?
I did business studies
Okay.
before I did that, and then I did access to nursing.
Okay.
But I think you can do diplomas in things like health and social care that give you enough credits. As long as you get the right grades, I'm sure you can get in through that. And it's very similar.
But it's important to see there as well, because what I want to get across to students is, remember that, you know, sometimes at a young age, it can be difficult to decide what it is you want to do, and your tastes and your ideas will change as you discover more things and more things are presented in front of you. So for example, let's say you did a diploma in, and I'm not saying this is your situation, Joe, but let's say you do a diploma in business, but then you think, well, actually, that's been great, done well at it, but I want to go into this. You can do that because the grades and the number of points that you would need to get onto that course is the right number, because it's more about your interest and your skills and the things that we've spoken about, your flexibility, your communication, your compassion, your teamwork. Those things are important. So don't worry about having to nail everything straight away after GCSE. I must do the right apprenticeship or diploma, because if I don't, then that's the end of my chances. No, it's not. You can change. It's open. It's always open, and it's more and more about the skills that you have within you that is way more important than potentially the subjects you study. Unless, of course, I would guess, unless you want to go on and be a heart surgeon, then you want your heart surgeon to have a few GCSEs in science, maybe. But look,
it's never too late. We have a lot of our students are mature students, and they have the families and things, and so it's never too late, as I say, and you can always go and say, do like an access course if you haven't got say film or whatever to do it. So there is also in the pipeline in a few years to come, I know Greenwich University are, I think, maybe starting it this year, is actually a midwifery apprenticeship. So you could go from being a support worker like our lovely Claire, and sort of actually progress and actually go on to do a midwifery apprenticeship. But that is something that is still in the pipeline, and something which actually isn't offered everywhere as of yet. So I think only Greenwich is the only one that, when I've been looking up at where they're going to actually start doing that. If somebody was looking for experience of, then, you know, before they maybe thought about being midwife, do something like Claire's role, become sort of an MSW.
A lot of MSWs do go on to become midwives, don't they?
They do.
Because it gives you a proper look at the reality of the job, because it isn't like people have this idea that, oh, I would really love to do your job. It must be lovely just to sit and cuddle babies. that is not.
Very
is not
rarely
the
get a
case.
chance to cuddle a baby.
No.
Yeah. So we don't actually offer that. But definitely, sort of like the pathway I think to go down is a support worker if you're sort of thinking about it, because it does give such an insight into our role. And like we've got some of our student midwives at the moment were support workers here with us. I think there's 3 of them at the moment who are in their sort of first year who were our support workers, so we can help to sort of develop them to then progress on. Like Claire has got lots of skills, so our MSWs when they join us are actually a band, they come in as a band 2, like other support workers across our trust, and then we do a pack with them, which goes alongside Health Education England's apprenticeship. We don't actually sort of offer the apprenticeship as such, but our MSWs follow a pack to actually be able to do observations, help with more advanced care for women and the babies, and then they actually, once they've actually completed that and got to a certain standard, then they would actually go up a banding and pay and be a band 3. And this is where really in the future, maybe midwives, if we do start offering like a midwifery apprenticeship, that our MSWs can then progress and actually stay working, and actually work towards actually getting their midwifery degree and get their PIN number. But that's, as I say, very early in the pipeline, but it's definitely something that Maternity Transformation Programme is actually looking at, and how we can, because we have got a shortage of midwives, and we're needing to try and bridge that sort of gap really, and how we're gonna keep our maternity services going for the future.